Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at Batman 610 and 611 Artifact Edition reprints of Hush, Part 3 and 4 from Jeph Loeb, Jim Lee, and Scott Williams. Also should mention Alex Sinclair, a crucial part of the team as the colorist. Check out these two gorgeous covers back to back. That is what we are looking at today. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Hit that like button and let's get started. All right, so these covers are amazing. I love Jim Lee. Hush 2 is coming soon in the pages of Batman. The much anticipated sequel. I don't know how muchly anticipated it was because it actually came as quite a surprise. I mean, I don't think anyone's really expecting new comics from Jim Lee. So it's very exciting to have them. The rumor is that Marvel approached Jim Lee to come back to the X-Men and offered him this huge amount of money. I think that would have been the gag of the century, even we're only a quarter of a century into it. But I mean, I don't even know the possibility of that. You know, he's a head honcho at DC. He's like a VP or president of, I don't know how high up he is, but he's very high up in DC. I don't know what his contract is like. I don't know if it's coming to an end, but he chose, instead of doing the X-Men, to do Hush Part 2. And, I'm cautiously optimistic. I was not super excited by the 3-page preview we've seen. We'll see what happens when it comes out. I hope it's good. I want it to be good. But, I've been covering these artifact editions. Marvel calls them facsimile editions. They're basically exact reprints of the series, except at a higher price with, usually better paper. But I think at this point, this is probably the same kind of paper that Hush was printed on initially. Because it's not that old, even though it's, God, is it 15, 20 years old? That's so crazy. So anyway, it was very exciting at the time, having Jim Lee at DC doing Batman in the monthly series. They were conscious of that. So the new Hush Part 2 will be as part of Batman. I think we're in the 800s now, for the love of God, which is crazy. However, they are starting Batman over with a new one. And next in 2025 at some point, I'm guessing after Hush concludes. Is Hush 2 a year? I'm wondering. That would be kind of crazy and ambitious, and I kind of hope it is. This is like how he opened. Instead of a double-page spread, it had this kind of look, which would lead to a splash page with the credits. Jeph Loeb writes, Jim Lee pencils, I really screwed that up, sorry. Scott Williams inks, Richard Starking letters, Alex Sinclair colors, Bob Schreck, my boy Bob Schreck edits, and Morgan Dotanaville, assistant editor, and a special thanks to Mark Chiarello, who I think was still the art director at DC at the time. He was Adam Hughes' editor, and just like an amazing contribution artistically. Did a lot of projects that were very art focused for DC Comics, and definitely deserves props. Amanda Waller, love seeing her in here. One of my favorite characters. I love this version of Amanda Waller. I know that she's large and in charge, and maybe it's not so PC or whatever, and that's why they slimmed her down. I don't know why. Maybe she's on Ozempic. I don't care. But I love this version unapologetically. So there you have it. Probably one of John Byrne's problematic, things, creating his large woman fetish with Pink Pearl, Big Bertha, and what do you call it? Amanda Waller, the trifecta. Alfred, I don't know. I just wasn't into Hush so much. Like, he just looks like a mummy, and he was Bruce's bitter childhood friend. I never really loved what Jim Lee was doing with these artistic flashbacks here. I feel like Jim Lee, although I'm not going to knock an artist for, trying to flex different artistic muscles, but I don't know, compared to his pencil and ink work, I just think it just doesn't cut them. Or, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe it's the, I don't know. Maybe it's the coloring. I'm not sure. Anyway, it just, because, you know, you're just used to like a really polished, detailed Jim Lee, and that just looks like, I don't know, like he's being lazy. I mean, is that terrible to say? I don't know. Anyway, it's just not as pretty. See, look, I think I just proved my point here, because then you are pulled back into the Bat world. And maybe that's intentional. I don't know. But I have to say, I really loved Alex Sinclair's colors at the time. I feel like they might be a bit too much. Like, they do kind of take away from, because, you know, Jim Lee is like one of those classic, like, very detailed pen and ink comic book artists who meshes very well with his art partner, Scott Williams, who's inked him for years and years and years. You know, sometimes I do think, like, you know, seeing the preview of Hush, maybe there is too much of the sameness. Maybe it is good to have the team back together, or maybe it would have been more fun to have, you know, a new inker or a new colorist. I don't know, a fresh take. We'll see. Once again, I say reserving judgment as I've been judging it all over the place. I don't know if I'm in love with Jim Lee's version of Killer Croc. I don't know which version of Killer Croc I am in love with. Art Adams' version comes to mind. I don't know. He's a fun character though. Like, this is fun, and I think I said it in my other review. Like, when Todd McFarlane took over Spider-Man, it was so much fun to see him draw like the classic villains, rogues gallery, month to month, and that's exactly how I felt reading Hush for the first time. Like, you know, Jim Lee is arguably one of the best comic book superhero artists of our time, and one of my favorites. I followed him from Alpha Flight to whatever he will do next. You know, I think I only missed a couple things here and there, and that was unintentional. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, that is a great cityscape. I love it. It's almost reminiscent of John Byrne's, what do you call it? Krypton. Is that weird? I don't know. See how the format stays the same, like the two in the middle, the two on the side. I do like that, the design element. You know, I think that sometimes, even though I didn't give him credit for it, like, Jim Lee doesn't get enough credit for being a true artist. You know, he really is a true artist. His sketchbook is supposed to be beautiful. You know, he's undeniably talented, and he's kind of like Alex Ross in a way. You know what I mean? Just like does classic superheroes better than, you know, few others can. And just really great stuff. So I'm hopeful. I hope that Hush 2 is good. I want it to be good. You know, there's great moments in here. I did like the cinematic look. I like that the art bled to the edge of the pages. You know, this is a very art-focused book. I always kind of took, like, it's so funny how, I don't know, like, of course, Jim Lee's Lois Lane has, like, this skin-tight leather skirt that's all shiny, and, you know, she can barely sit. I don't know, it's just kind of funny in a way. Yay or nay? And look at, is that Bruce Wayne wooing her? I don't know, Bruce or Clark, what do y'all think? I don't know, they both, you know, they're the yin and yang, right? Who's this now? Who is this now, Catwoman? I mean, enough with the cat. Would you like enough with them making out on the rooftop? I've had enough of that. Like, if I want a romance comic book, I will get in a time machine and go back to 1947. I am here for Batman. Yes. Slap Catwoman, Poison Ivy. That's what I want to see. That's what I signed up here for. Some good superhero action, fisticuffs, and a batarang, mind you. That is so fun. I love it. Now I'm actually getting excited for Hush 2. Yes, see, and now we have Superman under Poison Ivy's control. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nobody loves Superman more than a weak, controlled Superman. This is so fun, you guys. I love it. This trip down memory lane. Eagerly anticipating Hush 2 now. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I'll bring you more soon.